Okay, so hi guys, so welcome to the next vlog. Now, for this vlog, I'm actually going to do like a kind of mini sketchbook slash YouTube notes tour. And the reason for that is actually I did record a video yesterday of a picture I did in this book, but I didn't actually record it properly, and I hit stop like 5 seconds in, so the recording kind of went kaput. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you through the sketchbook. I'm about halfway through this sketchbook, and I've kind of been just messing around with it, trying to get back into doing art and stuff, and to get more things to do than just YouTube and stuff. And that's why it's featured so prominently in the vlog channel for a while. It's just because I kind of start getting back into it, enjoying it and stuff. So this was the first picture I actually did in the vlog, and it's the first picture I did in the sketchbook. It was just to try and try and do this water effect with the pen, the coloring pencil, and I think it really looks good unless you look up close at it. But on a camera and stuff, it was really good effect to go around the outside. His one big thing I have problem with here is I forgot the white of his eyes, and that's definitely a thing. And also I don't have a skin tone color. I still don't have one. So this was done with orange and red, and I used different purples and stuff to get the different tones of the skin. His hair is a bit messed up. Next picture, I wanted to improve on hair, mainly in this picture. For you still sticking to kind of a comic book style, did a bit more detail on the nose and stuff. And this, so I kind of randomly sketched this, and this is what it ended up at. I just wanted to try and work on hair a bit more in this picture. So that was that. And I had the Hero Academia one of my favorite pictures that I drew, because this was kind of good because I was watching the second season of Hero Academia, and I thought he would be a good character to draw to try and get into a different style of anime that uses much more darker lines in this Shonen Jump. And I think it looks really cool. Again, didn't have a skin color, that's why he's orange, but other than that, background also in this is kind of bad. Then this was like a rough sketch. One day I tried to just draw a dragon over here, and then Khaleesi from Game of Thrones. I messed up her skin tone, so I ended up making her all withered and stuff, kind of like she's a White Walker with blue eyes. And I think it looked okay, but I actually didn't put this in a vlog. This other picture then was a picture of my brother sitting on a chair that I drew really fast, and there was a coat on the chair, so I tried to make that look like an Eskimo, kind of looking off into a sunset and stuff. Then this here was me going to explain different like eyes and makeup of like anime eyes, kind of spurred off of this picture here, but I actually didn't make that into a video. And then I kind of went and messed with a few other concepts. So I tried using highlighters to see if they were any better. Just tried to draw like rough eyes to see if I could do anything better with highlighter. They don't really look that good, but it was part of the adventure. Then this was a picture I drew on the Comic-Con day at the event. But this was just kind of a mess thing. Someone said could I draw a turtle, drew a turtle really fast. Then that was a quote from the Comic-Con event from Kevin Conroy. He's the Batman in the cartoon series. Acting is about living in the moment. People will go to what is the most real on stage, is what he said. And then we were actually playing Hangman while we were waiting for this talk to begin. That's what that copy is about. Then this is my black and white challenge. If you don't know what the black and white challenge is, you can only use black and white and grey. So you can use pencils, markers, pens. It doesn't matter as long as it stays black and white. And you do a picture. I really like the eye in this picture. My hands are a bit. They look good enough in the picture. They're a bit disproportionate. This one's much bigger than this one. And that's just me pointing out my own faults. Also, I ran out of markers, so it's very sketchy, especially on this side of the page. Towards this area is pretty good, but it started to run out after a while. But I really like the eye in this because I spent a good while at that eye. Okay, then this was a very fast sketch at the Comic-Con again of the Flash kind of guy. That was scribbles. This was me trying to get just a bit more creative. So I just scribbled a bunch of mess and stuff and then tried to make it into this one here. It's kind of like the Shadow Bird guy in Hero Academia. This one over here was like a cartoony guy, and I was going to try and mix up the two, but then I gave up halfway through. Then over here we had trying to draw eyes and stuff like that. Now this was, the idea behind this one was I was stuck for a video one day and I was going to explain how to draw an eye. And if anybody would like me to do that video, of course, shout it down in the comments. I was going to explain that these are the more basic eyes used in anime and stuff. Very basic anime. Then you have like human eyes are a bit more detailed. This eye is very small for a human eye. And then it had like other animals. And then I was going to say, like, if you want to draw like an advanced eye, I tried to draw my cat's eye then. And this image here actually spurred a video where I drew my cat afterwards. And this actually was very useful practice because I actually used the same reference image. But again, here you can see the colors. The reason why this is just a tip for if you're drawing animal eyes like cats and stuff, they have a lot of fur, but their fur in an image will look different than it does at any point in time. So when you take a picture of them, they have bits of orange, bits of red and stuff as the light falls on them, so you kind of have to layer it underneath the black to get these proper colors. And their eyes are really cool if you can get a good picture of them. Again, more eyes. You can see here I like to experiment with different types of eyes and different colors. This was a very light blue highlighter that I had. You can kind of see it here. And I had this really dark red marker. So I just experimented with different stuff. What's this about? This was a very rough sketch of someone trying to do it fast. It looked really, really bad. Read some notes here about what do I need to do. Eye was too big because I started at the eye. Body too big for nose. So yeah, basically everything is too big and it got disproportionate, and you see it's all messed up. This here was, I was going to try and just draw a picture with just highlighters and pencils, and it kind of turned out okay. You mightn't know this anime. This is Knights and Magic. It's kind of a newer anime, and this is like from the second episode or something. But he basically makes this gun that can shoot out magic and stuff. So I was going to make this like a magical effect. It didn't really work, so I gave up on it. But you can see here the kind of what I was getting at, castles and stuff in the background. And this here is YouTube tips that I ripped down from things either I did, like the subscription confirmation equals 1. You can go see my how to get 1,000 subscribers, how I got 1,000 subscribers video if you want to see that. Plug and share everywhere. Then there's other tips I got off videos like what does it say? Vid channel scorecard. Make a list of everything this is if you want to come up with an idea for a channel. So you make a list of everything that you're passionate about. Rank it from 1 to 5 on how big is the audience, how much people care about it, how much you would enjoy making videos on this topic. And then if your score is greater than 12, keep them choices. They're probably good ideas for a video. But if your score is less than 12, you probably really need to rethink your ideas for channels and stuff. You can also use that for videos. So basically these are from when I was like researching doing YouTube and stuff early on. Your kind of tip is your goal is to get 1,000 true fans. 1,000 true fans are people who watch your videos regularly, or they comment, or they talk to you. They'd be the true fans. And once you get to that, then you're okay, because you know that people who are watching your video are getting some value from your video and they enjoy it. Like, that doesn't mean 1,000 subscribers. I have over 1,000 subscribers now, but in realistic terms, I probably have somewhere between 20 to 40 actual fans who watch the videos regularly, and maybe even less than that on some of the videos. But I would say I have at least 20 anyway. These are kind of, if you are trying to, this is kind of like how a video would like get insane growth really fast. So if you have a really good idea where you think no one's done it before, and you think it'll be really cool, that's how you kind of want to judge what you want to do in a video or a channel. Then after that, you want to try and figure out how you're going to grow your channel. So figure out the method you want to use to grow it. So I call it a growth hack is key, but it's not really a hack. It's just figuring out which social media and which thing you're going to have a strategy on how you're going to do it. And if you don't know anything about social media strategies, I would recommend either finding some forum or finding a video on it just to start you off, but then maybe even getting books on some of them. Facebook has quite an in-depth bunch of forums and books and stuff if you're looking for Facebook. Instagram not so much, but Instagram you can definitely find like tips on websites and stuff on how to better optimize your Instagram and things like that. And that's that. Monetize influencer status. So you don't really want to monetize your videos until you're actually at the level of an influencer. So basically you're at the level where you think monetizing it is worthwhile to you, because it can turn a lot of people off in the early stages. So that's why I do not monetize my videos currently on this channel. I did on my older channel, and it hasn't seen nearly the same amount of growth, but it has seen a lot of views because YouTube tend to push views to videos that are monetized. So eventually you do want to monetize, but you want to try and get more loyal fans first, I would say. This here is what's alright. They're called the traits of virality. I'm pretty sure all of this page came from one course that I was watching. But anyways, basically in a video you want to elicit an emotional response, and the easiest ways to do that is you want to challenge an assumption, have a unique perspective, or tell a story, and they're the easiest ways to get someone to engage with your content and stay on YouTube and stuff. Then this here is about the influencer economy. I definitely got all this from one course anyways, and I can't remember the name of it. If I think of the name of the course, I will put it in the description, or I might actually go look it up afterwards for you. And then basically attention is key, and you want to try and mix ideas from a bunch of different videos. This is me trying to start the composition for the Game of Thrones idea, the live stream. So I planned this over a few days. I did this, I did this one where I drew them as a cartoony style to see if they would be better. Daenerys and her nose is the biggest problem for me, but yeah, that's that. Then it ended up looking like this on the live stream in the end, and I think it's pretty good. Again, her nose and her mouth are a bit odd, but Jon Snow in particular was pretty good for me, and also we had the dragon eye in the background. I thought looked really well. If you haven't watched that live stream, there's a card up above probably if you want to see how this was done. You can watch it in super speed mode, like ×2, or just skip to a good portion of the video if you want to see the different parts, how to draw it or how to color it in. Coloring it in definitely gives this piece a lot more depth. Then we have a blank page. We have the doodle page where I just doodled for a day with my new markers, the new IKEA markers, just to see what they could do. And it was just basically a mess on a page. It was good. Then actually, behind the cheap blendy markers, I actually tested out the markers a bit more to see what effects I can get. So I did like the heart here with the shadow and the highlight. I tried to do like a rainbowy sunset. They don't blend that much, so that didn't really work. I also did like a tulip kind of thing here. I did an eye. The colors are too bright, so they stand out. The nibs are too big to get like really good detail, but that's what an eye would look like if you were to do them with them. And then I tried to make this like purple using contrasting colors to see if I could get a better fade, and it kind of worked. But again, they're too broad, the markers, so they're good for filling in areas, these IKEA markers, but they're not really good for blending too much. You can get blends between a darker color and stuff, but a darker color over a lighter color and things like that. But generally, only the really, really light colors blend really well. Then more tips for YouTube. Let's see what we got here. Playlist tips. Alright, so for playlists, your minutes matter most. So the more videos you put in playlists, and shorter playlists, is kind of the best way to get people to once they find the content, to get recommended other content and stuff. End screens are the two best settings for end screens are best for viewer and most recent upload. And I would recommend putting them in your end screens, and you might actually want to put, you'll see at the end of my video, you want to put one, if you put one in, you can change to the other one, so it's not like a bland 20-second end screen. You can actually change the cards that come up to make it more interesting. The keys to the social media, here's a tip for everyone out there. You need to know how to use these on the 3 major social medias. You need to know how to use an @ sign. On Twitter, it gains you the most traffic. From my experience, I gained the most views just by using 3 @ signs in a code. Doesn't work for everything, but if you find the right @ sign, you can get a lot of views. Instagram, your hashtags are the key important thing, and also going in and liking people's hashtags in a hashtag also sends traffic your way because it recommends you in their feed. Then shares on Facebook are the kind of currency. If you can get your video shared by someone, it instantly gets to a whole new bunch of people. Most people have they have at least 500 friends on Facebook, and that's kind of a common thing. So when you get someone to share this, you are hitting all the people who aren't your friends that are in their friends list. And then let's see what this is. This was the YouTuber Creator Connect Day. Basically things that I took down. You've obviously got the Creator Academy, which is useful. It's a place where you can go do courses for also for interactivity. Kahoot is pretty good. It's like a test kind of thing. How to make how to make money on YouTube. Basically, this was talking about monetization and different things that were involved in that. A good thing from this that we learned was Vidsy. Vidsy is a good place if you're looking for brands and stuff, if you're a certain size and stuff, and you do have to pay to be in Vidsy, but there is a lot more brands that appear there than other places. Famebit is also one, but Famebit you need to have more subscribers to do it. And that was a no. Then this here was a sketch I tried to do very fast of someone. I just found a random picture online, but it kind of looks weird. Again, I'm not too good at drawing actual people. More scribbles. Tried to draw one of those weird flowers, kind of like on top of Ivysaur. We had more scribbles. This is kind of generally. Then we had this, which I obviously made a video of. This is the picture of Ivy that I was on, so you can see all the different colors here, and it doesn't actually look too bad if it's far away. And up close, it actually doesn't look too bad either. But it's all the colors, they have to go together in order to make the correct color, because I don't have some of the colors of Ivy. And this picture I'm going to revisit in next year, when I've tried to learn a bunch of other things. I want to get a better set of art tools and stuff. And that's Ivy, my cat. Right. And this was the picture here that I drew and thought I recorded, but I didn't record, and it was a comment request for drawing Totodile, the Pokemon here from second generation of Pokemon, and I drew this picture from 3 reference images. 2 were to do with Totodile, so one was Totodile shooting out a water gun, pretty much this exact image here, but then I also wanted to get a lore ball, which is the water Pokemon ball from his generation, because I thought it would be like an Easter egg because it comes from the same series of the game, and then and on the TV show. And then I also had to get a reference for the other side of Totodile because I wanted to see if anything was different, but it turned out it isn't too different. But I just wanted to get this like effect where you can kind of see bits of him through the water. You can see it there, so that I just thought that'd be cool to kind of complete this image. Even though it is a cartoony style, I wanted to try and make this water look as real as possible. One thing I would say is if I had a white that I could have put over this, like maybe Tipex or something, I could have made more streaks and made this water look a bit better, but I didn't really have white. So how I did this was I used coloring pencil mainly to color most things. I used marker for anything that's striking, so this red here, the darker red, the orange. I also used blue on the water from the markers, but then underneath that it's actually loads of coloring pencil, so it gets a weird kind of effect where it lifts. So you can see here there's like gaps of white where it's lighter, and that lifts off the marker. So if you're looking for that kind of effect, that can work really, really good. Then I also drew a scribble of all the stuff that happened that I described in the last vlog, where the car craziness. So I drew like scribbles of each thing that happened on the day, because I think the day actually taught me a good bit. One, to make sure you have a camera with you at all times, because you never know when one of these crazy adventures is going to happen, and you could actually have a video out of it, but I didn't have the camera with me. So if you don't know what any of this is about, go and check the last video where I describe it all, but I tried to draw it out here anyways. Basically, my car broke down, a bunch of events happened in between. I nearly got attacked by a dog at one point, and I ended up borrowing someone else's car. But this is all the events that took place. So we start up here, go up here, over this way, over that way, down, back up, down, back up, and over here. So yeah, craziness. And then in the rest of this, I actually don't have much. I have this sheet I got from Creators Connect, which says it's just the 10 fundamentals of YouTube. So it has like shareability, conversation, interactivity. You can go watch that over on the Creators Academy. But basically, there's 10 things that you should be thinking about when you're trying to do stuff on YouTube. And then at the back here, I wrote down when I was trying to get 1,000 subs on YouTube by 9th of September. So these were my goals. Some of them I didn't do, some of them I did do. But these were to try and get to 1,000 subscribers. I just writ them out so I know what to do. So I set up a Facebook and Twitter, linked to the Instagram and the YouTube, posted every day for that month. Then I tried something new every day, obviously, because that's the kind of gist of the channel. Dream big and work harder was kind of like my motivational quote, and you can see it actually posted in some of my descriptions. This is what kept me going. Then I had a like rough what I had to hit every day in order to get to 1,000 subscribers. So at week 1 I had to gain 200, get to 203 subscribers. But by week 1 and 1 day from when I writ this up, I hit 1,000 subscribers. So just here, week 1 and 1 day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. So 8 days later, I hit 1,000 subscribers because because of the tricks I used in the hits 1,000 subscribers video, pretty much. And it was kind of a fluke, but you could definitely replicate it to a certain amount again if you want to get a load more subscribers and stuff. Basically, the key is to try and drive as many people to your subscription confirmation link as possible, and that's kind of how that happened. One time drive. So this here described what happened. It was kind of a one-off thing. I drove them all to my channel, and I had to keep an eye on audience retention, which did actually go down very recently. I've kind of stabilized at 1,200 subscribers, but I need to try and get attention rates, audience retention, and also other things in the channel back up. That's how that is. Things I didn't get a chance to do because I didn't actually do them. I was going to try and do live events more often at 10 p.m. at night. I actually decided against this because most of my audience are actually in bed before this time. So I said I'm not going to bother trying to do loads of live events because the vlogs actually should be the main content on the channel. So I only do, I've swapped to doing one live event every month now. The live videos on Instagram never happened, or on Facebook. They will probably come in the future if I ever get more time. Twitter posts, I do post to Twitter now. There's not many people following me on Twitter, but Twitter did give me the most views so far. And then meetups and collabs, working on that. I have one person who has confirmed he will do a collab with me, but we still need to get the dates kind of drilled down, and the weather is not too good. That was like last resort if I needed to stand on the street with a sign, and then make it t-shirt / cards to give out. And then at the back of my sketchbook I have a bunch of blank pages in case I run out of pages, and I'm somewhere. And then I also draw out with every marker, color, and everything that I have, and I write the name up here and all the colors, and I color them in so I know what the color will look like by itself. I use kind of hashtag signs so I know what all the colors will look like. This one here is scribbled out because there is white here which you can't see. It's a white coloring pencil, but when you put the white over another color it gets this weird gray effect which also you can't see. And then these are the new markers that I got, so you can see here I did another section for them. And that is the sketchbook so far. There's still probably more than half. No, it's about half pages. So yeah, there's probably more than half of this left, and yeah, hopefully we'll use it a bit more. If I would also like if anybody has an idea of something I could do in the sketchbook, or a art or YouTube tips thing you want me to have a talk about. Obviously I can do it free. Just make sure to put the questions or requests down in the comments. Also, if you have any ideas for the live stream coming up on the 17th of October, make sure to put them down in the comments too. Okay guys, so I will see you in the next day. Good luck and have a great day. Please hit that subscribe button to help me hit my next goal of 2,000 subscribers. Every subscriber helps. Okay, so see you in the next one. Good luck and have a great day.